Hey Heather, I want to just kind of show you some of the kind of the fun benefits of Tubeless. And I think what we'll do is choose a crazy destruction tool and see if the IRC Tubeless holds up. Stick that right in there.
Heather doesn't like to change things that are working, which, I mean, I don't blame her. So getting her on tubeless tires was a little bit of crafty magic on my side. Heather actually really didn't know she was on tubeless for probably, I don't know, a good 2 months before I told her.
Nice work. Before I switch over to IRC Tubeless, you obviously have the issue of dealing with flats both in training and racing. I mean, you can have super key training days that, you know, you're literally, for me, anxious about the night before that you need to hit this session a certain way, and then you go out and you get a flat or 2 or 3, you know, major key training session. So before switching to IRC Tubeless, I was dealing with that. I was dealing with it affecting my training sessions. I was dealing with having to carry all these spare tubes with me just in case, you know, we're 100 miles out in the middle of nowhere, south of Tucson, and there's no bike shops anywhere. So just carrying extra stuff during your training. Now that I've switched to IRC Tubeless, I mean, we carry a couple CO tube cartridges for 120, 130 mile rides on my longest days. So in terms of racing, same thing. My bike is lighter. I'm not having to carry tubes with me. I'm not worried about strapping all this extra stuff to my bike. So my bike's lighter, and I'm also going into the race less anxious because I know I have that little bit extra confidence riding my IRC Tubeless that it's going to fill if I were to puncture.
Ironman Spain, Vitoria this year, where she won the race and set the course record. Post-race, cleaned the bike up and whatnot, I had spun the wheel and noticed that she had gotten 3 punctures, which were unaffected. She was unaffected by it because obviously the sealant and whatnot, that tubeless technology did its job. So in my mind, I was like, all right, Kona, here we come.
Stresses are gone on race day. Now we're really just experimenting and working with the tubeless tires in terms of figuring out the exact tire pressure that's going to give me the biggest performance gains out there on race day, what's going to give me the smoothest ride so I get off and I'm not as jarred or overexerted because of my ride. I'm able to run a marathon as best I can following a 112-mile bike ride, just purely focused on my performance and riding the fastest that I can out there on race day.